say continuing work on the roguelike. Done, and let me add a stream marker so I can find this later. Adding at 57:59. Okay. All right, let's reset our brains, switch over to this, and then, right, so the problem yesterday was that we're generating, let me clear this, we're generating all of these items. So there's some traps, there's the potion, some more traps, and it's showing up at 6617, but it's not actually showing up there. So if we go to 6617, which is somewhere actually around here, there's nothing here. All right, this is about 40 in the middle, about 50 here, about 60 here, and 17. We can look up here. Yeah. So, I mean, it's generating items from the regular map, but it's not actually putting them in the new map. So let's just take a look at the code. Maybe we can compare the code and see where we could have gone wrong. No, but it is calling us. We have the output. I was thinking, well, maybe we're just not inserting it into the map, but it's inserting it right here. If we look at the code, prefab. Oh, I don't have it in my G files. Map builders, prefab, and then it's going to be the prefab sections. Wait, what file are we in here? Oh, this is just prefab mod. Apply room vaults. There it is. Yeah, so this is the code. Apply previous iteration is what adds the map that we generated. The items up from the map that we generated, we apply those. And that is here. Oh, this built a new map? Huh. This built a new map. I thought we were coming in with a map. Right? We already have the map. The previous builder. Or maybe that's where it gets built. And then we spawn all the items that we're going to spawn for that map. And then we apply these room vaults. And we should be applying it to the current map. Yeah, self.map. This previous builder get map. So now we have the map. We put all the items on the spawn list. And then we come down here and we're seeing this console output. Room vault at XY. We're seeing these outputs. So we know we're adding the chart to the map. And then we have this take snapshot. What if I make the snapshot slower? Because right now it goes pretty fast. If I hit refresh here, it goes like that. And then, oh, there is a slight delay. Right, which probably means that's where the vault is showing up, but it's not actually showing up. I'm calling chart to map. And chart to map will die if... Will it? If there's an invalid character? Yeah, unknown glyph it'll say. And we're not seeing that. So we should be able to see the health potion, RLTK console log format. That was the health potion. Guess I didn't need to format that. All right, let's rebuild the WASM file and hit refresh here. And we should see that output here just before we see or just after we see charbang. Yep, that was the health potion. So it put it there. We did the thing. Map tiles IDX tile type floor. Oh. Yeah, and then it pushed a health potion on the spawns list. Oh, this is just putting it on the spawns list. Okay. And it's setting the item to a floor, which that's fine. But after it's on the spawns list, then we need to actually copy it to the map. Is that what's missing here? Right, so after we apply the room vaults, which is called here, where do the spawns happen? This is only setting the starting position and exit. Okay, so I think that's what the bug is we're adding spawns, which is this thing here. But then we have to actually use it somewhere. So that pushes, and that's where we create it. So somebody must be using spawns. Yeah. So in spawner is where we do that. And I don't see it using. Okay. So that means there's something missing, because when we did this with maybe there's something when I did the refactoring, I deleted it by accident. Let's just look for that. Spawns. Yeah, they're only referenced 3 times. Okay, so we know this works because we used this for the prefab sectional. Right, we did this and we got this working, and this uses the same kind of code. So there's got to be somewhere where we actually call spawns after we generate the sectional, right? This says apply sectional. Let's see what that does. Places the new section, finds the new section. It says chart to map. So this does the same thing. It just says it does a chart to map, and then it assumes the chart to map after it generates all those spawns, which are, I keep not being able to find it. Here. It adds it to this spawns, map spawns thing, but it's not actually using it. Let me take a look at a different map builder. This just has a spawn list. So maybe, okay, I'm going to go back a chapter because let's see if I can find chart to map. Yeah, it's right here. And this is spawns. This is where we're using spawns. And then, so there must be something, yeah, here's spawns. When we switched over to using a spawn list, something went sideways. So that must have been this here. Ah. So we no longer have spawns, we just have a spawn list. Right. But it doesn't talk about, let's see if it talks about chart to map and then changing that. All right, here's where we create it. We have chart to map. The giant match and load rex map is now a function. That's fine. And then, yeah, this might just be a bug in, there's a call to chart a map. And then what do we do down here? Still chart a map. It doesn't say anything about modifying it to use the spawn list. So if I delete spawns from here, this should cause the chart a map to blow up. But I want to see what else is going to blow up. We don't need that. Right, so I'm going to change this to spawn list. Okay, so let's see if that was the bug. Refresh. No, I didn't see it get placed. 3431 is going to be about halfway. 3431 should be somewhere around here. Oh, I see a health potion. Are there traps around it? There are. There are. Okay. Yeah, wandering around you notice traps, and so you can just sit there and wander back and forth until all the traps are. Okay. So that was the bug. It was putting it in the wrong spot. I'm putting it in an obsolete location. Okay. So we have this, and it's got a million warnings because there's a bunch of code we have commented out because the tutorial could be better, I guess, about making sure that you are. And where were we? Yeah, room vaults. We're on room vaults. There. Okay. About it could be better about using, and basically the warnings are because there's a bunch of map builders we're not using because we're adding new maps, and it would be nice to be able to do that and then not get the warnings. It'd be nice to be able to just have it build all sorts of maps. Like this derived map is not used because we're not using that particular map style. And where the map styles go actually is in the map builders here. So here's where we have all the map styles. So as long as we're calling one of them, we're good. But I notice we're not calling derived map anymore because we're trying to test out this thing here. So, and I don't want to keep commenting out and recommenting it and whatever. So it makes it difficult to keep the warnings from spawning, so to speak. So it's painful to have to go through these, but yeah, we're not using the random number generator because I'm just setting it to 1 and all that sort of stuff. But you know, other errors like this one, I'd like to clean that up. And I wouldn't have noticed that if I wasn't talking about it right now. So what line was that on? 244. We're not using E. Okay, we're down to 13 warnings now. Git status. Git add source. Git commit. Got room vaults working. Okay. Shrishak. That's Shurshak. I keep saying Shrishak. Asks, did you do today's AOC? And I did. It was a solution that I barely understand. I kind of talked myself into a recursive solution that does the trick. based on we can get how many different ways you can get to different outcomes. So there's one way to get roll a sum of 3. There's 3 different ways to roll a sum of 4, and so on. And then I just multiplied that number by how many paths we've gone down so far, or how many universes we've visited so far, and then I do a recursive solution. Hello, Ice Bear 66. So that's the way I solved it. There's probably better ways to solve it that don't involve recursion, but I don't know them because I'm not smart. Yeah, I finished part 2. I'm actually now working on my roguelike. Yeah, so we solved the bug. We now can place room vaults, which is great. And now we're up to this section here. I don't always want a vault. If you offer all your vaults on every level, the game will be a bit more predictable than you probably want. We'll modify apply room vaults to only sometimes have any vaults with increasing probability as you descended to the dungeon. All right, so that's just grabbing a vault roll. All right, so that's pretty straightforward. Apply previous iteration. It's this one here. Apply room vaults, and then we'll just grab a random number. One 6 plus the depth. If vault roll is less than 4, return. All right. Yeah, I think this is gonna once you hit 4, or once you hit level 3, you're always gonna get a vault. So I'm not sure. This is very simple. We roll a 6-sided die and add the current depth. If we roll less than 4, we bail out. Okay, you'll sometimes encounter vaults and sometimes you won't. But yeah, like I said, if once you hit depth 3, you add the 1 to the 3, and then blam, you've got a vault every level after that. Offering some constructors other than just new. Ice Bear says, congrats. Thank you, Ice Bear. Yeah, it took me a while. It took me like an hour to figure that out. Part 1 was super easy, so it made me all worried about part 2, justifiably so. And part 2 is definitely the kind of puzzle that I was worried I wasn't going to solve it because I don't do well with those mathy type ones. Especially like the modular arithmetic. But this was like lanternfish enough that I was able to wrap my brain around it. Right? So I managed to muddle my way through. All of my reasoning is on the VOD, and I'll be uploading it on YouTube in case you want to see me muddle. All right, so what are we doing here with the prefab builder? We're going to add these different constructors. Oh, okay. So this is the reason the allow dead code thing is in here. So we can comment things out and then not worry about it. One hour for both sounds too fast. Took you an hour for each part. Yeah. So, I mean, if you look, I think it took me about 10 minutes maybe for part 1, and then the rest of the hour was part 2. How did other people do, by the way? For 21. Yeah. Okay. So Jonathan did both parts in less than 8 minutes. So I figure an hour is pretty good for me. The worst on the leaderboard is 20 minutes. So yeah, I think if you're familiar with these things and you've seen them before, and you'll be able to just wrap your brain around it. And in fact, there's a somebody was telling me competitive coding handbook. Yeah, there's a whole handbook out there and it's a PDF. So makes for some light wintertime reading. which talks about all the different kinds of algorithms that are available. And once you become familiar with these, you see the puzzle, you say, oh, okay, that's just one of these, and I can just do it. Although it starts off pretty simple, and then it gets more and more complicated with dynamic programming, amortized analysis, bit manipulation, graphing algorithms. So let me put a link to that in the chat, and then if you're interested, you can take a look at that. And people who do competitive programming are very familiar with all of that stuff, so it's not surprising that Jonathan was able to nail that in less than 8 minutes. So let me see what my my current personal stats look like. How did I do? Yeah, not bad, not bad. All right. So what are we doing here with the constructors? So we're creating a bunch of different constructors for different levels. Just for the prefabs. And of course we're not. Oh, okay. We now have a decent interface for creating our meta builder. Okay, so we're gonna, I guess, get to meta building. Yeah, so a future chapter topic in map RS will, sorry, mod.rs for the prefabs. Okay. Yeah. And then restoring randomness. So this is where we get all of our maps. And of course I've gotten everything commented out. But if we can do this, maybe that'll clean things up. Let's see, we have the sectional. We're using the derived map there. Yeah, this is just doing underground fort. Yeah. I mean, we can add these and maybe we'll use them in a little bit. So that would be in new here. Instead of new, we'll just put these guys in. And maybe it'll cut down on all of our. Right. Oh, and this is where we use the default. Right. So what we're going to do is. Oh, but it doesn't work. I remember trying this before because we're passing in values. We can't just do default. The map has to get a new depth. Where did we do default in the other ones? It was in DLA. Let's take a look at that real quick. Oh, yeah, that's what I did, was I just made the default a 1. And then these each have to take the new depth. Okay. So let's try doing that with the prefab. I can say impl default for prefab builder. And it's default, which takes, actually, let me just have these side by side. I can take a look at what I did. Yeah, so default just returns a prefab. And prefab builder. And it's going to say map is a map new. Starting position is going to be position of x0 and y0. And then depth is going to be 1. History is vec new. Noise. Oh, we don't have noise areas, do we? No, we don't. So the mode's going to be, what's our default mode? What's a good one? I guess room vaults, because that's the easiest one. And then previous builder. Ooh. What do we? Oh, we can say previous builder none. And then spawn list is vec new. And that returns that. And now we can say prefab builder, new depth. This is the same. Depth is new depth. Unfortunately, we have to repeat that. And then new just says default. I guess there's no real default one, is there? Previous builder comes from there, so we have that. The mode, yeah, the mode will just be vaults, and then this will be our Rex level. Oh, and this doesn't take a previous builder. This takes a static string, right? For this. Okay, so that works. So template, and this, before I destroy that, I'll copy that for later. Template, and this is just a static stir. Previous builder is going to be none. So the only thing, oh, okay, so we can set the mode here. We don't need that. The mode will be the Rex level, like this, and it's going to get a template like that. Right? I think that's a little cleaner. Yeah, this one takes the previous builder. So let's do that one next, the sectional. It does take a section of prefab sections, prefab section, and a previous builder, right? And then we're going to say prefab builder, and unfortunately we have to copy these guys in. So the mode is going to be prefab mode constant level. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong one. The sectional. There we go. Comma. And then our previous builder. There's some previous builder. And the rest is default. Oh, we don't put commas after default, so I forgot. All right, so that's the sectional. Then we have Rex level. We have a constant, which just takes a prefab level. Level is prefab levels, prefab level. In terms of prefab builder, and then prefab builder, grab these guys, and starting position history mode is prefab mode constant level. Nope. Okay, and then previous builder is none, spawn list is new, so it's just default. Okay, yeah, I think this is a little nicer with the defaults. And then finally we have vaults. This takes just a box din map builder. I have up here, I have option box din map builder, so we don't have to do it that way then. We're wrapping it in the sun right here. So let's grab this for vaults. Get rid of the section part of it. Come on. Yeah, so we don't need that. we do have the, this is going to be vaults. And then we have a prefab builder, which is going to take the map and the depth. One thing I'd like to clean up is the fact that depth is stored here, but it's also stored in the map, and we can always grab the depth from map.depth, so there's no reason to have it in both places. The mode is room vaults, which is the default. Previous builder is going to be some previous builder, and then everything else is default. And that's going to generate a bunch of warnings because we got a bunch of dead code. Oh, didn't like something. Oh, I put a thing there. Okay, what else? Yep, spawn list. I fixed that already. Prefab mode constant. Oh, did I comment that out because of the... Yeah, I did. Okay. Let's fix that now. All right, we have an error here. Oh, we can't do a prefab builder new anymore. But we can say vaults. And it doesn't like that. Oh, because it's already a... There we go. And then I forgot to uncomment these guys. Oh, load rex map doesn't exist. I commented that out because it's dead code. Load ASCII map, same deal. All right, so we now have 18 warnings. So what I would like to do is clean up the warnings by adding the different map types here. So let's see if we can do that. That's in here. So the prefab and the waveform collapse all happen here. And then we can just override it this way. Okay. So we want to be able to actually call into, there it is. I see prefab builder constant. I don't see the rex though. And we need the rex in order to do the rex map. All right, well, let's do it one at a time until we get it working. BSP interior. I'm looking here. It says BSP dungeon builder, and I have that here at 14. It doesn't matter which order they're in because it's just going to be a roll of the dice. And I'm going to change that here, I guess. Okay, and then so we do need something in this slot. That's interesting. Okay, so let's put this back in to do the waveform collapse. Then we'll do this here. If we roll a natural 1, prefab builder sectional, and it's prefab sections underground fort. Is that what it was called though? Result. What was it called? I don't think it was called an underground fort. I don't think that exists. Oops. Oh, it's there. Okay. It's in prefab sections. Very good. So that's going to work. Close that, and then we say result is box new. So basically, we create a map. We might modify the map with sectionals or waveform collapse, and then we'll add vaults to it. So we don't need to do these lines like this. We can just return it. I think that's a little better. And let's see what I blew up. Prefab builder is not here. Oh, it's prefab builders with an S. Really? That's what I have here. Did I typo it this whole time? Use of undeclared type prefab builder. Okay. There's prefab builder right there. Oh, I typoed it. Prefab. Okay. Prefab sections is defined here. Yeah, it is. And oh, it's private. Oh, I have to say pub mod. Okay. Oh, I guess it's not there, right? It would be in prefab builders here. Yeah, pub. Let's just make them all pub. All right, we're down to 6 warnings. This is better. Maybe we can clean those up with a little fancies. We don't need the map. It's unused. How do we spawn a region without a map? Huh. Okay, where's spawn region called from? It's that's a different spawn region. Okay, let's take a look at this cellular automata here and see what it's doing. It's passing the map and generating a spawn list. So the spawn list, it's got to put it on the map, right? Oh, it doesn't go on the map itself. It just gets generated as an entity in the ECS. That's the way it works. So we can just delete this, and then we'll have to clean up all the calls to spawn region, which we can find this way. All right, we'll get rid of that. Get rid of that. There's more than just those. There we go. Spawn region. Spawn region. Keeps coming back to this. Why? That's annoying. All this duplicated code. All right, that's all of them. Okay, we're down to 5 warnings. What's next? Variant is never constructed Rex level. Right. So I wanted to see if we do have the maps that we can use. And there was a constant in here, wasn't there? Yeah, right here. So let's add that one. I'll get rid of that warning. I'll come back to the Rex level. I'll save that one for last. Yeah, so that'll clean up those. Okay, let's do the constant one now. Oh, no, I want map builders mod.rs. This guy here, this giant thing. What are we going to do here? We'll make this number 1 then. A box new prefab builder constant, new depth, and prefab builder, prefab levels, WFC populated. Prefab builders, prefab levels WFC populated. Right, just those. I think that's it. Why does it brace here? I'm missing something. Oh, there's a brace at the beginning of these. Okay. Yeah, we cleaned that up. Doesn't like WFC populated. It's right there. Oh, maybe I have to export it. Prefab builders, prefab levels, WFC populated. Oh, I'm not importing it? Oh, okay. Yeah, we can do that. Still 3 errors. I did import it. I said right at the top. Oh, it's private. It's private. Okay, so I need to make it public. How do I make that public? And I misspelled constant. S-T-A-N-T. Yeah, I guess the question would be how to make this public, right? Because it's an RLTK embedded resource. I can't just put pub in front of it. That's not going to compile. Can't qualify a macro invocation with pub. Yeah. Pub const. Where else is WFC populated defined? It's there. And this is imported as a. Okay, so wait a minute. This is a pub const from prefab levels, but it's also being used here, which doesn't make sense because maybe we just have some. Oh, I commented it out. That's commented out. Right, because we're loading it as a level now. Okay. So let me delete this because it's just confusing me. Boom, gone. All right, so that takes care of this issue. So now we have this WFC populated. We need to export it somehow. Can I put a 1 there and then say pub const? I don't know what the type is though. And when you create a const, it needs to be it needs to have a type. Oh, and it tells me what the type is right there. Good. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is fix this because we're not coming out of Rex assets anymore. And then the second thing we're going to do is make this type a reference to U8s. All right, we still have an error. Okay, it says help. Consider importing this constant, and I've got it imported right here. So obviously I'm messing something up. It's in, oh, it's in, this is in Rex assets. Okay, that's why. So I can just import the constant this way and then just use it this way. I don't need to refer to it here. Oops. Oh, still didn't like it. Expected struct prefab level found U8. Yeah, these are the Rex assets. If we create new Rex assets, we get these from here. How are we going to get this WFC populated thing working? Or maybe I shouldn't have blown that away. Yeah, this is not. All right. Well, let's dig into this. We have the WFC populated. We're exporting it here. It's a U8 instead of an actual asset yet. So maybe let's take a look at load rex assets. It's not this one. Okay. Oh, load rex map is what it's called. Okay. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to do this load ASCII map, and that's what I just blew away, right? So, oops. How do I restore one file? This is the file I want back. Right, I want to restore just this one file without ruining anything else I've already done. I don't want to revert the whole commit. Yeah, okay, no, I don't want to do that. I want to revert a single file from my current. If it's not committed, I can just say check out file name. Okay, let me try that. I'm scared though. Tar, see, create. We're going to call it rt.tgz source. Nope. Create. Oh. Yeah. Oh, RT. Oh, well, I guess I'm doing all the stuff instead of just some of the stuff. I guess I could have done a clean before I did this, but then it would take forever to compile. So, oops. Let's kill this and just do RT source. There, that's better. Yeah, 34K. Okay. So now I'm going to try this. Git checkout. Oh. Which file was it? Git checkout. It was this, right? Yes. So git checkout that. Hopefully it didn't destroy everything. Oops. Nvim. There. Okay, so we got that back. So I can delete these and delete that, and we have our prefab level. And fortunately, it has the same name as the Rex one. So let me change the name. Yeah. Okay. Let's just do that. And then source map builders mod. This is where we were. And now it doesn't have WFC populated in the root anymore because it's in the prefab levels. Yeah. So this is what we're going to do here instead, which is what we had before. Okay, good. We got that working. 3 warnings, and that's probably the Rex level thing again. Yep, so how can we get the Rex level working? I do want to get Rex levels. And what do we have for this? It's just Rex level and then the template. And then pass in a static string for the template. Is that just one of these things? So let's try it. What's the worst that could happen? Right here. And we have all of those. And let's just add a 20th. Prefab builder. Rex level. New depth. And then we're just going to give it the string. Oh, not that string. This string. Like that. Okay, we're finally down to no warnings and no... All right, but we always check in with Clippy. Clippy always has things to say. Oh yeah, we can get rid of all those consoles now. Console. Let's get rid of all of those. And it was just in here. Don't need that. That's going to stay. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Okay. And that should get rid of that Clippy warning. Perfect. So, what do we got? Git add source, git commit finished. Finished with prefab levels and sections and vaults. Oh my. Okay, git push. Git push. All right, let's take a quick look. Oh, I don't have my, don't need that. Opened that twice for whatever reason. Where did my GitHub go? There we go. There we go. Okay, so it's up there. Very good. What else is left? I think that ends that chapter, right? We restored the randomness and then we did a wrap up. So the next thing to do is layering and builder chaining, which I'm going to save for tomorrow because tomorrow is going to be another day. And I've been streaming for almost 2 hours and that's just about at my voice limit and my brain limit. So let us see if there's anybody we can raid. Sure, Anti666 is up. Why don't we raid them? See what they're up to. How long have they been streaming? Ice Bear, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. They're doing macOS Audio Objective-C and Rust. Wow, that's quite the spread. Okay, very cool. Let's go raid Anti666. If I get my raid window to pop open. Meanwhile, thank you everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed the advent of code and the roguelike stuff, and I will try to catch you at my usual time tomorrow instead of being an hour late. Have a good day and take care.